All right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Tonight we have more action from the UEFA Women's Champions League. It's Manchester City's second match day of the competition in which they travel to SKN St. Should be a really interesting game this evening. Last week we saw Manchester City take on the best team, arguably the best team in women's football right now, Barcelona, and beat them at the Joey Stadium. Now they'll be looking to go 2 from 2. St. Polten, they lost away at Hammarby in match day 1, so we'll be looking to make up for it here. Should be an interesting one, Harry.
Yes, very much so. As you say, Man City have set the bar at the highest level they possibly could. A brilliant victory against Barcelona last time out in the Champions League. Today is a different test, probably a much easier test, but still a different side. They're travelling away to a Polten team. They're going to have a good atmosphere. They're going to be up for it. They need to get as many points on the board as possible, because for Polten it only gets harder. They play City, then they play Barcelona. They've already lost to Hammarby. They need to start picking up points. So they're going to be up for it tonight. Although Man City, you'd argue they've got a stronger team, but they have heavily rotated. So they can't afford to rest on their laurels. Polten will fancy themselves tonight, but if Man City bring the same class, the same quality that we saw against Barcelona, then they should see themselves with a big win here today and take 6 points from 6 and look very handy in the group.
Yeah, I don't think we should have ourselves in any delusions. This is a game that Manchester City should be comfortably winning. Polten will put up a fight, but City are a very strong team. We saw that by the fact they beat Barcelona last week. We've seen that by the fact they are unbeaten in the WSL so far this season. So it's a game they shouldn't have any issues with. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Man City look like tonight, because it's a bit of a rotated side. Speaking of which, shall we get into the lineup?
Yes, let's do it.
We are at I quite like the stadium name, the Generali Arena in Vienna, Austria.
Like it.
It's SKN St. Polten, the home side, so we'll start with them. In goal, it's goalkeeper Schlüter, a back four of Matna Tremblau, Wenger, Klein and Krizai, I believe. A midfield three of Mika Lijava, Hillebrand and Dabkova, and a front line of Brunthala, Pekel and Zver. A lot of players I'm not sure many people will be familiar with, but it's a side that will be looking to try and beat Man City. How do you take on Man City? We've seen a few teams in the WSL try it and fail. Where can Polten learn from those sides' shortcomings?
Yeah, very much so. I think the best example is obviously Liverpool this most recent weekend. Was they sat back, they let Man City come onto them, they absorbed the pressure, then they got the goal against the run of play and they held on. Obviously Liverpool didn't see that result out, but it was still, especially that first half, was really strong from Liverpool. They got a very good balance of being defensively solid and letting City come onto them, but also having enough going forwards to hit them on the break. That's what Polten have got to do tonight. They've got to sit deep, they've got to absorb the pressure, let Man City have the ball, let Man City do what they want. As soon as they try and get into the penalty area though, you cut them off, you win the ball back and you go. The problem for Polten is, for me, I think Liverpool's side is potentially a bit stronger, especially in attacking areas. Polten haven't got Polten haven't got your players like a Haug or a Smith that can get a goal, and that will be the problem, is that even if Polten hold on for 20-30 minutes, I don't see them scoring tonight, which then comes a problem, because the reason Liverpool held on so long was they scored. The goal took the pressure off them for a while. If Polten get a goal tonight, it's going to put Man City in a spot of bother. It's going to take the pressure off. Problem is, I don't think they'll find the back of the net today, which suddenly puts yourself under a lot of pressure defensively.
Yeah, they would be hard-pressed to do so. Let's have a look then at the travelling City side. It's a 4-3-3, as you'd expect from Manchester City. In goal, Chiara Keating reclaims that goalkeeping starting berth, at least for this fixture. It's odd to see a goalkeeper who was so good and so strong last season demoted to a second option. In the back four, it's Thomas, Kennedy, Greenwood and Ua Harby. It's a big moment for Thomas. They're getting to start a professional game. I believe it's her first professional start, so very exciting for her. We see Alana Kennedy come back into the side. She's been benched in recent weeks with Alexandri preferred at centre-half. In the middle three, Park and Hasegar retain their places from the side that beat Liverpool on Sunday. Laura Blenkilde-Brown comes into the side as well. And then a front three of Kelly, Fowler and Fagino. So lots of changes there. The big one I want to talk about, because it's been the big conversation for most of this week actually, is Chloe Kelly. Reports of, rumours of a rift in a relationship between her and Gareth Taylor. Now she's starting tonight. She's not had a whole lot of minutes this season. Is tonight a chance to prove herself to Taylor?
Yeah, definitely so. I do appreciate Taylor's comments as well, that he was asked in the media and he didn't shy away from it, and he was honest about it, and he said that there wasn't much of a problem there. So I think I respect the honesty from Taylor, and I appreciate that he didn't dodge the question.
Sound like shying away from it, to be fair.
Well, no, but at least he's not. If he ignores it, and you can tell something's going on. But I think he answered the question, and I think there is a place for Kelly in this City side, but people have got to realise that's not going to be starting every week. When you look at how well Fowler is playing right now, and Hemp and Shaw, that front three's nailed on for me. Yes, Firmino shouldn't have started the first couple of games, but I think Taylor's realised that, and now we're seeing Mary Fowler. But Kelly is going to have to bide her time. She's going to get chances tonight. That's the thing, and this is what I love about the team overall. I think it's perfectly picked by Taylor. He's very, very, very smart. He understands that Manchester City are fighting in 4 competitions this season, and they're going to need to rotate heavily. And I think players like Kelly need to realise that. Yes, she's not going to start every week in the WSL, but she's going to get the minutes in the Champions League. She's going to get the minutes in the Conti Cup, and once they're in it, and obviously the FA Cup, so that she will still end up playing 15, 20 games, and that's still a pretty decent season. And overall, I really like the squad selection tonight. It's really well rotated. You're letting big players like Shaw and Miedemar and Alexandri rest up, and you're giving young players an opportunity to thrive.
Yeah, I think the frustration for Kelly will come from the fact that she is an experienced player. She's someone who's been very loyal to Manchester City for a number of years now, and this season she's had her minutes cut significantly, and that they've handed priority to Ayoba Firmino, who I don't think's proven herself yet in this Manchester City side. Tonight's a big chance again for Firmino to really prove herself. I think St Paulton is then an opponent that she can probably get a few contributions against. So I think she'll be looking to do that. Fowler through the middle as well will be interesting to see. Obviously, she's played a lot of football out on that right-hand side, but we know her capability anywhere across the front line. Also be intrigued to see Blinkilda Brown play that Jill Raw type role, where Vivian Miedemar's played a lot of minutes this season. I'll be intrigued to see how her and Park can work in that midfield together. I think they should have a lot of space in there to create chances, to get shots off. I think it could be a very comfortable game for Manchester City.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a big moment in time for Blinkilda Brown, because she's coming in. City are at a point in time where Jill Raw's just come back from a long-term injury, so you don't want her playing every single game. And Miedemar at the moment is struggling with a few niggles here and there. In training and just not feeling 100%. So this is a big opportunity for Blinkilda, not only tonight, but if she plays well tonight and you still want to, and you're still managing Jill Raw's minutes and Miedemar's still not feeling great, there's chances for Blinkilda to really get involved in the squad now and to really get a good run of minutes going. I'm not saying she's going to start at the weekend if she plays well tonight, but she's going to be that backup bench option. She's going to get time to really put her stance, make an impact on City's campaign this season.
Yeah, I think it's a real positive sign that you look at that City attack tonight and you could change the front three and the 2 midfielders or the 2 more advanced midfielders, and it would look stronger, arguably. I think that's a real good sign for Manchester City. So the depth is really there now in attacking areas. I still think they need someone that can play the Yui Hasegawa role. Now, I know that's very difficult because who on earth can play the Yui Hasegawa role, but any defensive midfielder, go and get young defensive midfielder to learn under Hasegawa and then develop into that role, for me, would make a lot of sense.
Even tonight, though, could Laura Coombs have done it against a much weaker opponent?
Yeah, definitely.
And that would be my one change. I understand benching Shaw, big season ahead. Same with Miedemar, she's struggling. Rod's come back from injury. Alexandri, 100% get, because she's been so
really
good,
tired against Liverpool.
So good this season. But as you say, playing every minute has looked really tired. And I think Kasper as well is very smart, because while you've got Lazel out, Kasper is going to be playing every single minute practically, and it's giving a brilliant opportunity to Thomas tonight, coming off the starting her first game in the Champions League. Very, very a really good moment for her.
Yeah, Cody Thomas getting her first start, and 2 months older than me, Cody Thomas.
Wow.
Only just turned 18. She's starting in the Champions League tonight. A big moment for her. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people watching on. Very proud of Cody Thomas. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how City get on this evening. I think they'll be looking to score a few goals. Of course, we'll also be keeping tabs on the other fixture going on in the Champions League right now. Bayern Munich versus Juventus. Huge game between those two. A little prediction here before we predict the Portland City game. How do you see that one going? Obviously, Bayern 5-2 winners against Arsenal last week. Will they take momentum from that?
Yeah, I think so. I think Juventus looked very handy against Vålerenga, but realistically for me, Bayern are probably the better side right now. And as you say, they looked flawless in that 5-2 victory against Arsenal. But equally, they did lose to Wolfsburg at the weekend in the Frauen Bundesliga. So maybe that would have changed the mentality there. But I would expect a Bayern Munich win in that game.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. Be interesting to see. I think don't count Juventus out though, because we saw how a lot of people would have been would have expected them to lose to PSG in qualifiers. Yeah. They won that game. They got into the competition, and so I think they're more than merited here, and I think they'll put up a good fight. Of course, later tonight in this group, in Man City's group, is Hammarby Barcelona as well. Barcelona shouldn't have any issues.
They need to win that. They have to win that. If they don't win that, they're in trouble. They are in trouble because.
If they've lost to Hammarby, I will be stunned.
I would be also stunned, but you never know. Football's a funny game sometimes, and sometimes we see some surprise results.
We do. Sometimes we do see some shocking results. Both sets of players in the tunnel then. So let's get into some predictions. If you are watching along, get involved in the live chat. Let us know your score predictions for this game. We've got a couple of messages as well. Edge saying Figino is up and coming. She's showing glimpses. I think her movement's really good. Her positioning's really good. I just think she's got to get the shot away sooner. She's got to be more confident in front of goal. Because there's been a few times this season where she just hesitated a little bit too much. And then that means she can't get the shot away or can't find the back of the net. I think that if she wants to be part of this City squad and starting WSL games, she's got to be more confident in front of goal. Antonio saying City, please lose as well. Yeah, will be interesting to see. I just can't see a way they lose this tonight. But Harry, what is your prediction?
Yeah, I think I'm not going to go too high because I do think City will take a bit of time to get going because, as you say, Figino hasn't got off the mark for City yet. Kelly hasn't, this is her first start of this season. I think Fowler's obviously been brilliant, but you're starting through the middle, and again, Blinkilde hasn't. There's a few players here who will take a minute or two, 5, 10 minutes just to get back up to that game. I don't know. They haven't played very often. I don't think City will be as clinical, as ruthless as you'd expect them to be against a weaker opponent. So I'll go 3-0. I don't think it'll be too silly, but I think it'll be convincing. I will go for. I think Kelly will score. A bit, starting today, and she will take that opportunity. I think Figino will also score, and then I'll go for a Blinkilde goal as well. So the 3 players that are kind of the rotation players coming in today, I'll go for them to score.
I think it's one of those games where I think City will score early, and people expect them to really put St Paulton to the sword in the first half. They won't. I think though in the second half, as St Paulton start to tire, I think City will really take advantage of that. So I'm going to say Man City 5. Paulton 0. I just look at the squad in this City side, the quality in this side, and I can't see a way that Paulton compete really. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I'm going to go 5-0 Manchester City. I will say a Figino brace, a Mary Fowler goal, a Blinkilde goal, and I'm going to go for a substitute. They've got any young players on the bench. I want to shout out a young player. We'll go Murphy. We'll go Lily Murphy, the young striker.
Fair enough.
She does get involved. That'll be interesting to see. So I'm going to back her to score as well. But yeah, should be interesting tonight. City will be looking to claim a big victory. Of course, if they are victorious tonight, they'll already be on 6 points. And at that point, they're looking fairly comfortable to go through, or in a really good position.
And again, also you talk about how the scoreline there. That can make a difference. Realistically, it's going to be close between them and Barcelona. It could come down to goal difference based on who tops the group, and then suddenly that can completely change the quality of opponent in the next round. So goal difference is big. You got to try and score as many as you can.
Well, exactly. If they outscore in these 4 intervening games and then only lose to Barca 1-0 or something like that, then they find themselves in a position where they will be ahead of Barcelona, regardless of how they get on in that Barcelona game. So. Yeah, I think they're putting themselves in a really strong position by opening the group with a victory over Barcelona, and then they'll be looking to push on from that and see how far they can go.
I think it's a really nice schedule. We wouldn't have said that. Facing Barcelona opening match week is horrible, but they dealt with that test so well, and as you say, they could be confirmed top of the group before we get to that game, which is absolutely massive. And I think that is what City are aiming for now. They've done the hard bit in this group. Now win the 4 games you're expected to win, and then suddenly you're through top of the group to the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
and that would be big. Man City back in the Champions League, and they're making a statement so far. And I think they'll follow that up again tonight with a convincing win. But again, Poulton. I mean, again, it's one of those where the longer they last, the easier, the harder this game will be for Manchester City. If they can get, again, it's those get to 10 minutes, get to 15, 20, and then eventually you're looking halfway through the first half, then you're looking at half time. By that point, I think City probably would have scored.
That was quite interesting there, because they did a team huddle, and obviously most of the time they do this in the middle of the pitch. They get all the starting players together. They did their team huddle there, Manchester City, with the substitutes as well. I quite like that inclusion of the substitutes, because they are part of the squad. They are part of the team. I think just little things like that can help morale. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. City for tonight, you can see why they've rotated the side. They want to rest up key players. They know tonight should be comfortable, and then they'll look to go again at the weekend. Aston Villa coming up on Sunday before obviously the international break.
Yeah, it's
intensive schedule. City
Yeah,
haven't had a midweek off,
which is
one midweek since the start.
Which is why I'm really keen of the rotation from Taylor tonight. I think he's already being smart about it so early on in the season, but I think you have to be, and I really like that. Taylor's switched on, and I think that helps City massively.
Yeah, and it will be Manchester City to get us started here tonight. Jess Park from the middle knocks it back, and we're underway in this game. It's St Pölten versus Manchester City in match week 2 of the UEFA Women's Champions League. Man City will be looking here to dictate the game, dictate the tempo, and they're starting with possession here. Alex Greenwood knocks it out to Hammarby. Tries to play it forward, cut out by Pölten. They'll look to bring it forwards. They're forced back by the Manchester City press.
And that's the thing, even though with the rotated side, I think Taylor will 3 points and a clean sheet is the aim. If it's convincing, that's brilliant. If they only win 2-0, it does the job.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. The point, get the points on the board. If they can win tonight well without having to bring on players like Khadija Shaw, then that's exactly what they aim to do.
Here's Hasegawa, receives it well under pressure, turns out and finds Jess Park. Great football from City. Kelly holds onto the ball, waits the overlap of Thomas, goes to Park. Park could look to find the young right back and does find Cody Thomas. Ball inside, rushed it a little bit, does then find the rebound. Will get it to Chloe Kelly. Chance for City here, breaking into the penalty area, blocked again, and now Pölten can look to clear the ball. It's going to be one high again though by Hasegawa. Does she lose that physical contest in there? And St Pölten are away. Ball played down the line. This is for Greenwood to deal with, and she has dealt with that well. Offered the physical contest there and wins the ball back. Ryan Chew onto the stream with the classic high full stop. Great to see you, Ryan.
Really good pressure there from Pölten. Forced Keaton to put it out, and they've won themselves a throw. And this is what they've got to do when they get the opportunities to force an error from City. That's what they've got to do.
It was Malik Pakel in there who just competed really physically with Yui Hasegawa, the Pölten forward. And that can make a whole world of difference. I'm not sure she is playing up front, to be fair. I think Footmore passed that one wrong, but Fowler. Now Hasegawa. Ball down the line. Pakel. Wenger. Here's Klein. Back to Wenger. And now we're seeing SKN St Pölten camped in this Manchester City half. Matto Tremblau sends it down the line. Forced back to Wenger. And that's cut out in there by Harby. I like what they're trying to do there. I think Hillebrand just forcing that a little bit in there. Greenwood is caught there in the challenge. And there will be a Manchester City free kick.
Yeah, it's good from Pölten. They're showing they're happy to get on the ball in Man City's half. They're happy to step onto the better side. And sometimes that can favour you as an underdog. If you shy away and let them... just let them run at you all night. They will eventually score. If you step onto them, then you can cause them a few problems.
Yeah.
That's a lovely turn.
Definitely. Brilliant stuff from Blenkilde. It's pulled back in there, and that will be a free kick for City in a good area. And this is a sort of area where they will they'll be looking to put the ball in the box, or maybe even work the goalkeeper. Yeah, we just see Blenkilde got in the half space there, started running Zver. Chasing her, trying to get back in, but a bit too desperate there. She grabbed hold of Laura Blenkilde.
Yeah, I mean, and an early goal now from a set piece would be perfect, really, for City.
Well, it'll be a real sting for Pölten as well, because they know the quality they're up against today. They'll be looking to avoid conceding from something like a set piece, because that just makes their job even harder. Intriguing as well to see the goalkeeper's kit for Pölten. It looks like the kind of situation where they have I imagine they have a white goalkeeper kit, but due to City wearing this Oasis special edition shirt, which is predominantly white. The goalkeeper can't wear the white kit, so he has a pink shirt on, but the rest of the kit is white. Ball into the box, and that's headed away. Here's Jess Park, and that's a good challenge in there from the Poulton defender. Cody Thomas goes back to Kiara Keating.
Yeah, I think City they'll just need to take some control of this game. Don't even try and get, because if you give Poulton a chance, they're going to take it. If you let them into the game, then they're going to get their foot in the door and start to cause you issues.
Well, even if they don't take that chance, it gives them the belief that they can come forward and do it again.
That's a great run from Thomas. Brilliant.
Cody Thomas, bit hesitant into the ball into the box. There gives it to Kelly, who delivers it for Gino at the back post. Can't release the trigger. Finds Greenwood, who strikes it well, and that's an incredible effort from Alex Greenwood. Fires home from distance there. As Alana Kennedy, magnificent strike, and it's Poulton 0, Manchester City 1. You couldn't see who was coming onto it there. It was laid off by Firmino. You never expect the shot. But Alana Kennedy backed herself, and she zipped it home from range. Poulton 0, Manchester City 1.
I mean, we talk about all the creative players on the pitch. Kelly, Fowler, Firmino, Park, Blinkgilder. But Alana Kennedy comes up with a strike. Absolutely brilliant.
All these players who can make a chance out of nothing.
So well. That's got to be
effort.
25, 30 yards out. That's an incredible... Hits it so well. So well. That is a brilliant, brilliant strike. In off the post.
It's the power she just drives behind it.
But keeps it down. She gets so much behind it, but manages to keep it low.
It's just drilled home, and that gives Manchester City the advantage, and now they look to press forward with this lead. Jess Park is Leia Uahabi.
What a way to out the scoring.
I was going to say. One hell of a way to start tonight's game for Gino. Now Yui Hasegawa wants to carry that ball forward, tries to find Uahabi, and she'll get there. Uahabi, great run. Doesn't quite find a City player in the area. Now Jess Park.
Yeah, no Khadija Shaw in there tonight, just to tower over everyone and win a header.
Yeah.
Definitely not with the route to goal. This is good footal from City. They're moving it really nicely, especially down this right-hand side. Kelly and Thomas are playing some really nice stuff. And you've got Jess Park, and we saw this against Barcelona, these triangles that we spoke about. It was, obviously that game, it was Lazel, Fowler and Park had another brilliant, brilliant game. And it's very interesting to see that even when you take the personnel out for City, it still works as well because they're performing the same roles.
Yeah, exactly. It's been something that's been a principle of Gareth Taylor's systems for a while now, is these wide triangles, utilising three players in those wide spaces. It can leave them quite open to transition, because obviously it means your midfield is quite open. It means that you've got a lot of players committed into a very small area of the field, which leaves you outnumbered in others. But it is very highly effective because while it takes players out of certain positions, it drags opposition players into those same positions. Or if they don't go out there, then City have a huge numerical overload.
What I like is it works against different opponents.
That's a great ball down the line. Here's Paquel looking to make something happen here for St Poulton, but she's gone too early, and that's flagged offside.
Because as we saw, tonight it's going to work because it's a weaker opposition and City can play the ball quicker. If City move the ball quickly, they're just going to play it around them. It worked against Barcelona because City put more players over there. And if you think of the midfielders for Putas on that left-hand side, she wasn't going to drop back and help out. Bonmati in midfield wasn't going to drop back and help out. So then suddenly, there weren't enough players out there for Barcelona to deal with it, and City played through every time.
Yeah, great management of that Man City defensive line. They all stepped up as a unit, and they caught Paquel offside. Couple messages in the live chat. We've got someone saying...
Ball to Park.
Chance for City... Ball in, and Poulton making their own issues there. Klein's just sent that back at her own goalkeeper, but a quick react from Schluter has dealt with that. We've got a comment in chat saying, worried about Hasegawa's fatigue. Unfortunately, I can't read the name, as I believe it's in Japanese. Same. I'm concerned about Yui Hasegawa because she's, in my opinion, City's most important player.
Yeah.
Not only because of the role she plays in the side, but also because there isn't anyone else who can play that role to the same ability.
Yeah.
or to any real functionality at the top level. They don't have another defensive midfield. I mean, Laura Coombs can do a job. Park puts the ball across the box, going to drop for Kelly, who can't quite get it under her control. And Poulton have not dealt with this very effectively. I mean, that should have been a corner, no?
I don't really know.
They passed it back to their own player. I think the ref just assumed that was a goal kick.
But yeah, I do think, yes, they haven't got someone to do that role, but for me, I think Coombs could have done the job tonight. I think Coombs could, cut it in the... maybe not in the... well, Coombs can cut it in that role. Maybe she could play that role against the weaker sides in the league, but you're taking the risk.
Yeah, but she definitely could have played tonight, and that's what confuses me, because Hasegawa be the player I desperately...
Yeah, because I think Taylor's got every other position spot on tonight.
There's no way she's being dropped by Japan. If City are real about wanting to win the league, if they're serious about wanting to compete for trophies, they have to have a defensive midfielder cover, because Yui Hasegawa can't play every single match, unfortunately.
And again, obviously, the other player that starts is obviously Alex Greenwood, but the difference is she doesn't games like tonight. She won't be involved as heavily.
No, and also, the other thing is that Leia Alexandri can cover defensive midfielders. They have got someone who can play there, but it's not an ideal situation because that drags so many different players out of.
You want to be able to rest Alexandri as well.
Yeah, exactly. Kelly.
This is brilliant football.
Tries to play it across Jess Park, doesn't catch it cleanly, and it's a comfortable save for Schluter. Cheryl in chat asking who scored for Manchester City. It was a goal from Alana Kennedy, the Australian. Picked up the ball, or didn't even pick it up really. She came onto the ball about 30 yards out and struck it with a wonderful low-driven effort. Caught the goalkeeper by surprise. It would have been a difficult save, regardless. Yeah. Here come Manchester City then. For Gino, ball through. It's a nice idea, but there's no communication there.
Yeah. As
she tried to pick out Chloe Kelly. Schluter tries to lift it out. It's one back in there by Poulton, but it's gifted to Hasegawa. And with a deft touch, he takes it past the player, Cody Thomas. Forced back here to Alana Kennedy. The other thing that confused me with the Kennedy goal is why she was in that position.
Yeah.
Because the right centre half was over on the left hand side of the pitch, but it worked because it meant she could cut inside almost, drill it across goal.
Yeah. Incredible strike.
Here's Hasegawa. We're seeing Hasegawa there. Another skill she's incredible at is picking up the ball between the centre halves, receiving under pressure and making something happen. And City now space on this right hand side. Cody Thomas just about gets there, stabs a pass forward. Chloe Kelly gives it back to Thomas. Chance to deliver for Cody Thomas. Bit of an overhit ball in there, and that will likely run out for a throw on the far side. Harvey has got there somehow, and I think then she's run it out, much to her frustration.
Oof. It was a close one. Yeah,
it looked like it had gone anyway before she reached it.
The balling weren't great, but City exactly what they wanted with 10 minutes through or just over that. They've got their goal and they're in a good position, which realistically was the plan. There was a foul here on Fagino. Yeah, just tripped up. She went away with the ball.
One back by SKN St Poulten now though. And Kaveh tries to play that through the lines. Not really worked out. Poulten in possession though. Klein lifts that over the top. Looking for Dubkova. Dubkova goes to Zver. Forced into this corner though. Poulten tries to take it round Yui Hasegawa. Hasegawa though really good defending, and City will get it cleared by Alex Greenwood.
Yeah, well measured by City, but St Poulten I like the fact that they're getting into the game. And they're going to get themselves into City's half, get themselves on the ball.
To be fair, they've conceded from a fluke shot, and other than that, they've been fairly competitive with Manchester City.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a performance that they'll be frustrated by at all yet.
No.
They've put up a relatively good fight. A team with their modest budget and modest resources compared to a Goliath like Manchester City, I think they're doing quite well.
It's a hell of a group to get Man City and Barcelona.
And even Hammarby, to be fair, is quite a difficult game. But there are no easy games for a side like Porto in the Champions League, to be fair. No easy games in the Champions League.
So you haven't got this right, though.
Chance here for Dubkova. Gets a shot away block. Gets another away saved by Chiara Keating.
Big block from Harvey. Just a bit messy from City there. Kennedy just plays it out and ends up picking out a Polten player, and they did well to get into a decent area. But that's a crucial block from Uahabi in the second shot. Pretty simple for Kiara Keating. But as you say, any opponent would have really been a difficult game. I think, but they travel to the new camp after this. It doesn't get easier. But they're a decent side, and it's good. They're here is the main thing. That the fact they've got to the group stage is a good achievement.
Yeah, here's Fujino. Now Hasegawa. Here's Cody Thomas. Greenwood. Got a comment in chat. By the way, the person with the Japanese name in chat, if you could give us an indication of what to say, because I don't know how to pronounce your name, unfortunately. But thank you for your contributions in chat, saying Fujino is slow to make decisions. Completely agree. I think her decision making is one of her biggest flaws at the moment. We saw it a lot against Arsenal.
Yeah.
A few times where that final ball wasn't quite coming off, where she wasn't getting that shot away, just hesitates a bit too much to make that decision. So even if the decision is the right one that she ultimately settles on, by the time she makes the decision, by the time she makes the action, the decision's wrong. Because the defender got back into position and that opportunity isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Thomas
handball there that Demetrescu missed, but
it's not like Elena Demetrescu to miss anything. Kelly. Here's Jess Park drifting inside. That's a really crucial challenge in there, and now Poulton will look to break.
Big header.
That's a great header in there from Alex Greenwood. Uahabi. Now Fujino. Trying to progress the ball. Good defending though from Poulton. Greenwood. Kennedy. Hasegawa. Brilliant pass into Jess Park. That's phenomenal from Hasegawa. Park widens the play with Kelly, who finds Park again in the central area. Hasegawa spreads it to Fujino. Lovely lifted ball. Fujino whips it in there and unable to find a City shirt.
It's not a terrible ball.
For a goal kick.
Just the whole attack has shifted across to the left, so Kelly, who would have been the far post runner, ends up being the runner to the penalty spot, which then left the far post.
It's the right sort of idea, right sort of ball.
I mean, Yui Hasegawa is one of those players you could just watch all day, every day. Just phenomenal on the ball, incredible.
Off the ball as well, to be fair.
Yeah. Just has such an incredible skill set.
Yeah, a really comfortable playmaker, dictator of tempo, someone who's really good at the ball at feet, but also a fantastic tackler, great interceptor. Reminds me of N'Golo Kante with how she moves around the pitch to draw a parallel to the men's game. Really, really good player, Yui Hasegawa. And we've got an opening goal in Juventus versus Bayern Munich. It's Bayern, the visitors, who lead there. I think anyone who watched them tear apart Arsenal last week won't be too surprised. 76% possession.
Make sure to watch
17 minutes.
Valerenga do the same later on.
And City trying a routine here. It's a short ball towards Fujino. Well, not really a short ball, a low ball into Fujino. That goes back out to Kelly, tries to cross it, but it's cleared away by Pacal.
Not one of my favourite routines, that one.
Well, nothing happened.
Not really sure what the idea was there. What was Fujino meant to do when she got that ball?
Give it back to Kelly, who could play a cross in from a closer distance. I don't know. That's just never going to work. It's part.
If Kelly would have been offside, she played it immediately, and because she hung on to it, then she ended up under immense pressure. Weird routine.
But just based on the stats, Bayern all over Juventus to start that game.
Yeah, they are coming out swinging this season. I was about
to pose the question: how deep can they go in this competition?
Well, I mean, we've always said, yes, we've done a few videos previewing this campaign.
Oh, there's a chance for Poulton. Great defending from Alex Greenwood there.
But I've always said
make a few last-ditch challenges now.
Outside of the main three of Lyon, Barca, and Chelsea, I then think you have Bayern Munich and Man City and Bayern Munich are probably in the same bracket. They are outsiders. If the top three don't win it, those two would be my two favourites to go and do it.
Yeah.
Silly foul in there though for Greenwood, and a chance now for Polten to get themselves further up the pitch.
Rising up to the stream saying, just recognised the ref from my last visit to Stamford Bridge, breathing through the flashbacks. Lol. God, do I remember Elena Demetrescu. Such a frustrating game.
Yeah.
Anyway, Polten free kick.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good opportunity.
It's VAR over this. Looks to go for goal, and it's not far away. I like what she's tried there, to be fair. I know that it'll be frustrating they've not made more of that. But Zver sees that Keating's off her line and just backs herself to finish it.
It's worth a go.
But
it's worth a go,
yeah.
definitely.
If it goes in, she's a hero and a genius.
Yeah, no. Very smart.
And if it goes over, she's forgotten. Just, no one remembers that in 5 minutes' time. So don't mind it. Don't mind trying the audacious. That's how you beat big teams like City. You've got to try the audacious.
I'm going to remind you in 5 minutes that that
happened. Okay, yeah. She'll have forgotten about it. And every other person watching this game would have forgotten about it.
I feel like, again, that's Kennedy trying to play out there. I think that's what... I mean, we haven't seen her play much this season, but 2 times now she's tried to play out. The first time she looped the ball into the centre of the pitch and straight to a Polten player. There, she's sold a hospital pass to Thomas, and then Thomas taking a poor patch. Poor touch. She's gone for a throw.
Back by Yui Hasagawa, and City will look to break now. Jess Park wants to carry it inside. She's shrugged off the ball. And Polten fighting for it, and a chance in the box, but Keating comes out well.
Quick off her line. Really, really sharp from Kiara Keating. Bruntala was interested.
Yeah. John, welcome to the stream, saying, never know how Arsenal will do from here under a different coach. May galvanise the team for the rest of the season. I mean, that is very true. I'll be intrigued to see who they do appoint. I was reminded today that Casey Stoney obviously is out of a job and was at the Emirates on Saturday. So that is an option for Arsenal. I think they've lost Eidevall at an odd time now, because we are in a situation where the season only started about a month or two ago now. And so there's not many managers available, because you've got... So in any European leagues, they've only just started, so managers aren't going to have been sacked yet, aren't going to be wanting to leave their club yet. And in the American leagues or Swedish leagues, where they operate by an annual system, we're about to get to the playoffs for the to go and win championships. No manager wants to be leaving to join Arsenal right now, so it's a bit of an interesting situation.
Yeah, tonight for them is just about the result and the performance. Get 3 points over the line, play well. That'll be the main thing from Arsenal tonight. Make sure to join us later. Join us for that. I think it'll be a good game. Very interesting. I'm going to be intrigued to see how they're going to play, how they're going to set up. It'll probably be pretty similar to what we saw under Eidevall. I'm not expecting too many changes. I mean, Renée Slager's only been at Arsenal for a year.
I was going to say, I thought she was a bit of an odd choice to take the side tonight, considering she's one of the more inexperienced coaches in that back room. But, I mean, does that show a belief in her vision from those the decision makers?
Yeah.
That they want her to take the side. I don't know, but I think it's going to be interesting. I think for me, it's just about implementing a simple structure, getting the players to believe in themselves again, and seeing what you get from it. Because they're a good squad. They're a good squad of players. And I think if you put a good team in a simple enough system, then they will get wins.
Yeah.
They probably, right now, under this management, they're not going to beat teams like City and Chelsea. They don't need to, because they're not playing City and Chelsea for a good few months now. So for a couple of weeks, I think they're absolutely fine. So I think they'll beat West Ham, even if they didn't have a manager right now, because West Ham don't look great, and they should beat Vålerenga tonight.
Yeah.
But, and then obviously it's international break. I think that does give them a chance to at least explore what's available. I think Casey Stoney would be smart to take it if it's offered to her. I'm just not sure she's perfect for Arsenal right now. But it's definitely an option.
I tell you what, I mean, just to go back to this game, but last 5 minutes, Man City have really dropped the standard. It's just been sloppy.
Yeah.
And they're coming forward now, they're probably going to shut me up.
Just an air of complacency at the moment for Manchester City. Firmino fighting for it up, that looked like a foul or a free.
It's like they've got their goal and they're just not, they're happy where they are now, and Polten have got the advantage here and they've got a chance.
Behind to Pekel, who's just on side here for Polten. Up against Cody Thomas. That's good defending from Thomas there. She just waits, stands up.
Yeah, Pekka had no support whatsoever. Thomas realises that and makes her take her on one-on-one. And
just stood her up and then engaged when she saw there was an opportunity to take the ball away. A question in chat saying, I can't get the information why in Japan. Is O'Hanlon still injured? I'm not sure. We haven't seen Tara O'Hanlon yet this season at all. So I would assume so. But either way, she hasn't been on the bench at all either.
No.
So I would assume still out injured, yeah. Or at least not returning to full match sharpness yet.
City trying to play out here, and Hasegawa's caught on the edge. It's a soft foul, but just clips her, and that's another let off for City. That they're struggling to play out a little bit now.
It's really smart there from Hasegawa though, because she's got nowhere to go, but she just draws that foul. She just waits for the player to come in, commit the foul, and they get a free kick, and that's how they get out of a dangerous situation.
Oh, another poor,
not come off.
City aren't getting this right at the moment. Another poor ball out to Keating. Thomas doesn't stand a chance. City have got to be careful here, because you feel that St Pölten are just working their way.
Well, they have more shots than City in this game.
Yeah.
Admittedly, none of them have been as good as Alana Kennedy's effort, but Kennedy's was not a clear-cut chance. City are not creating loads of opportunities tonight. And Pölten are at the moment, comparatively.
Well, that's the thing. If Kennedy hadn't smashed one in from 30 yards, then would you talk how City aren't playing very well?
Yeah. Yichen saying it's so sad because I have to use a VPN to watch this game from my place because DAZN doesn't stream it on YouTube and my VPN doesn't really work. Yeah, that is unfortunate, Yichen. That's a good ball in behind. Zvir now can put this across the box for me. That's got to go sooner.
Yeah.
Holds onto it too long. Kennedy engages. She's held onto it well. Zvir, chance now. But unable to make anything of it. It's going to fall again to Zvir. One back by City. Fowler. Tries to find Fagina on the far side. It's a good challenge though. From the fullback.
I tell you what it is, City just don't look comfortable.
And it's one high by Chloe Kelly. Sloppy from Klein. Really good defending to get back in though. From Kurzai and then he's given a free kick.
Really well managed from Pölten there. They're doing well. They're doing really well, and City have got to be careful here, because if St Pölten can find the back of the net from a chance, then suddenly we're back level again. But yeah, that stand, I'll be honest, in the first 10-15 minutes, I thought City were going to score quite a few tonight. There's still a long way to go, but for 26 minutes, Pölten have played pretty well.
Yeah.
But again, you don't get points for playing well. You get points for getting results.
Klein. Wenger finds Matna Tremblau. One back in there though by Manchester City. Fagino. Nice turn. Park. Tries to find Blinkilder. Wriggles through the defence there, but is then pushed away. Falls for Jess Park now. Nice footwork and good battling. One back in there by Svir, who then loses possession, and here comes City. Park's pass forward doesn't come off. That's cleared away by Schluter. One back in there by Pakel, falls for Park. Park, lovely lifted pass towards Chloe Kelly. Kelly ball into the box for Gino, meets it, blocked, falls to Blinkilder. Drags a shot wide.
I mean, Pakel's lucky she doesn't concede a foul on this near side, because as Kelly puts the ball in, she just takes her out. But I don't think the referee saw that. Ball goes in, dragged wide by Blinkilder, let off for Pölten. But again, I don't think City, they won the ball off Pölten and then managed to eventually work themselves a chance. But it's not easy going.
A cigar. Now Greenwood. Odd one saying who can cover when Hasegawa is resting. Well, they don't have many options in there. Laura Coombs could be a rotation option. She's not really a defensive midfielder at all, but she can play midfield, so it's it's the best of a bad option. I think Leah Alexandria is also another player who can play that position. Again, it's not a perfect fit. She's not a defensive midfielder, but she can play that role. The other issue is that it then leaves you with a huge gap in right back and centre half, because you'd have to move players around, and it just gives you less rotation options. For me, if City are serious about competing on multiple fronts this season, they've got to sign a backup defence midfielder.
Yeah.
Because Hasegawa cannot play every game.
No.
Because either she picks up an injury or she gets heavily fatigued. And either way, you really hurt your chances of winning titles. If you don't have a fully fit Hasegawa.
Yeah, this game's become scrappy. Polten have done well. They've unsettled City, and this game's
exactly. I think that plays into their hands. This game being a bit scrappy, a bit messy.
It's all about who can nudge each other the most, who can stick a leg in or put a tackle in and barge someone out of the way. And as you say, that will favour Polten. The scrappy football is the way they want to over City want to get the ball down and play football. I mean, City have made over 100 more passes than Polten.
Fowler puts it in there. How was that not turned home by a Manchester City player?
Wow.
A ball in towards the back post, and somehow they've not put it in.
Well, initially I thought it was going in directly from the corner.
Oh yeah, it just goes between Alana Kennedy and Matt Natrembo.
Wow. That should be a goal. That should have been a goal for City. Brilliant corner from Fowler. Puts it in the perfect area. And, Kennedy probably should have scored. Someone should have scored in a City shirt.
Schluter sends it long, drops for Cody Thomas. One back in there by Pekel, and now it will be... Polten were looking to break, but it's pulled back for a free kick. Oh, Bolton could have just kept going there with the ball.
Yeah.
Pekel, there's a foul there on Krizai, but they could have kept going with Pekel. Chestnut Field saying, she needs a rest. Again, talking about Yui Hasegawa. I mean, surely that has to be a priority for January.
Yeah.
They've got nowhere else, really, that needs a huge
improvement. They'll probably buy a goalkeeper badge for a laugh.
Yeah. Go and sign Van Domp style.
But yeah, I think if they do get a backup defensive midfielder, I think it's a very solid squad.
Yeah, I think with I wasn't sure on Naomi Lazelle, but her performance against Barcelona last week has really proven her quality to me. So I think she's able to play that.
Because you've got Uahabi and Lazelle, and then Casbro can play on either side.
Yeah, and Alexandria can cover right back as well. So you're really
and now you've got Thomas
now
coming
there. And well, with the emergence of Cody Thomas, as you say, that's promising. So yeah. Here's Hasegawa. Now Greenwood finds Uahabi.
Brilliant from Kelly.
Nice football chance of Blinkilder. Can she get a shot away? It's saved. Falls for Fagino. Makes the move. Can she put it in? No, it comes off the post. Yeah. That is a goal kick.
Really good plan issue from Kelly. It looks like Kelly and Fagino have swapped. Blinkilder, I don't think Blinkilder does much wrong. Lovely from Kelly. Brilliant footwork. Finds the ball through. Not a bad strike. A little bit straight. Keeper parries it to Fagino, who manages to take 3 touches in the penalty area, gets a shot away and thumbs it into the post.
Yeah. Kavish saying second goal in the first half. I'm guessing that's a prediction. Salah Kamel thinks that it's already 2-0, so I'm not sure what game they're watching.
I thought Polten were through there. But again, they're
back to Keating.
When they get the ball, they're beating City, for physicality, and that's making this a really difficult game for the away side.
Yeah. Honda Kaya says, do you think this will be over 4.5 goals? Not sure right now. Polten are doing quite a good job of limiting City's chances. City's goal came from quite a fortunate effort from range. So, they have only been limited to speculative efforts, and they've not looked clinical with the other chances they've had. So, I wouldn't be quite so certain. I think my 5-0 prediction in the preview is a little overzealous now, thinking back to it.
Pounced on brilliantly by Greenwood. Fowler.
And Kelly tries to come away with the ball and can't. Matt Tremblau. Kelly manages to knock it out for a throw. I had one saying, can Viv drop lower to help Laura or Leia when resting Hasegawa? Vivian Miedema on a double pivot, that's a hell of a shout. Imagine proposing that a few years ago.
Yeah.
She's dropping deeper and deeper. I think you'd be more likely to play both Kadina and...
Kadina?
Not Kadina. Alexandria. I saw Leia and go and sign Leia Kadina. That solves all your issues. It solves none of them.
Yeah.
Play Leia Alexandria and Laura Coombs could work together. I think if you don't have Hasegawa in there, I like the suggestion that you'd have to play two, because I don't think you look at the amount of space that Park and Miedema or Park and Rord. I mean, that's the other option. Plays your Rord a bit deeper.
But what a player though! That in the only way, like one of the ways to replace Hasegawa is to play two players in her position.
But you have to. The amount of ground that Yui Hasegawa covers. The only issue of playing two in there is that when you watch Yui Hasegawa play, one of her strongest qualities is dropping in between the centre halves, receiving that ball under pressure and either laying it back, and then because you baited that press, there's space for the other midfielders, or taking a turn and taking a player on and beating them, and then you find yourself in acres because you're beating the first phase of the press. That's what she's so good at. This, you're playing two players in there, you don't get that quality no matter who you play in there. I do think that they're a little bit stumped without Yui Hasegawa. It's why it's so difficult to find a backup, but you've got to find a young player for me who you can mentor under Hasegawa's guidance. For me, that's what City needs, because Hasegawa's not going to play forever. She might, but she'll struggle to play forever. But yeah, Raz says, don't get why people spam false scores in chats. I'm not sure either. Yuchen's saying, wow, St Pölten play quite well. They've done well so far. Ball into the box, and that is dealt with by Schluter. And then Tremblau puts that out. Man, the Tremblau putting that out for a corner.
Yeah, but again, I mean, I don't think we'll see Hasegawa taken off tonight. We know Gareth Taylor isn't a fan of using his subs too early, and like for me, in this game, I'd bring Coombs on, 60 minutes, try and give Hasegawa somewhat. Oh, that's gone straight through the penalty area.
Foul off the bar for Gino, now trying to turn it goalwards. It's going to be dealt with just about by Paulton.
A terrible corner from Kelly, and it just fell straight through the penalty area to Fowler at the back post. Gets a shot away, but it took a deflection and hit the crossbar. A let off for Poulton there. I'm not really sure how on earth that corner got through.
It is Fowler. Quite intriguingly, Fowler seems to be playing a little bit deeper occasionally. When they press, it's Jess Park leading the press. But then when they're out of possession, Fowler stays and Park just has to make the run back.
You Hasegawa do what she does best, just gliding past people. Even they're putting her back there, and she the ref played the advantage, but just doesn't care. She just doesn't affect her at all.
Hasegawa, lovely lifted pass to Leia Uahabi. Park, Hasegawa. Ardwan says Hasegawa is the Iniesta. Probably closer to a Sergio Busquets, to be fair. Because I think, you look at Iniesta's qualities. Fantastic on the ball, but doesn't offer much without it. I think Hasegawa much more similar to a Sergio Busquets, someone who's really comfortable receiving under pressure, someone who's really comfortable dictating the tempo of the game, is absolutely integral to how you build out of your back line. But also really comfortable in possession.
Yeah.
I think out of possession as well. Those tackles and interceptions for Hasegawa, one of the key areas of her game. Here's for Gino. Can she pick out a player in the box? Lifts it in there. Just no intended target behind that cross from Ayoba for Gino. They have swapped for Gino and Hemp, by the way. And Kelly, sorry.
Yeah, common theme we see at City.
I like to rotate those wingers.
Yeah, I like that. Just gives you something different. In some games, doesn't really make a difference. In some games, though, we've seen it be so effective.
Well, also, because they've got so many right-winged wingers, they all function the same.
Yeah.
So if they're on the right-hand side, they're getting it to the byline and trying to cross it. If they're on the left-hand side, they're cutting inside. So it doesn't really matter how many times you turn them around, because they're all, I think they're all preferred foot is right.
Yeah.
So it looks, the formation or tactical setup isn't any different.
No.
Keating. Greenwood. And
Made
they've
a
lost
mess of
it. They've lost it in the penalty area. Chance of Poulton. Got to do better with it. Sver comes away with it. And it's deflected wide.
Wow.
And City, well, for a moment there, it looked like they might have gifted Poulton a route back into this game.
Let off for Greenwood. Don't know what she's trying to do.
Brilliant from Kupkova in the box there. The pass was just misplaced. Ver there takes a shot. It's blocked wide.
Pass had too much on it. End up knocking it past her own teammate.
Just trying to overplay it there, Greenwood.
Ver runs onto it, but the player's got back in. Big block. Greenwood actually got back in herself. But St Pölten are really proud of fighting this game.
Ball in.
It's bouncing around. Could it be turned home?
Poulton turned home. They have. It's Poulton 1, Manchester City 1. I'm not sure exactly who got the final touch in there. But what a moment for SKN St Pölten. They draw level here. And it's City's own messing around in the penalty area. Complacency with the ball at their feet that's cost them here. And Portsmouth stung them. It's number 18, Bruntaler, who scores for SKN St Pölten.
Yeah, and as you say, to be honest, since the Kennedy goal, City have been really, really sloppy.
Yeah.
Just too many misplaced passes, just being too relaxed. And no one deals with this. It's really poor defending. There's 7 City shirts in their own 6-yard box, and none of them have managed to get a foot on it and clear it.
The thing is, that's almost their issue. Because everyone assumes it's someone else's responsibility. No one takes ownership of it. And Tyler has no issue coming along and stabbing it home.
Literally, just walks up to it and prods it in because no one else has dealt with it. Really poor from Man City. They've let City have let St Pölten into this game, but take nothing away from the home team. They've really stepped it up. They've been brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that the fact that Kennedy smashed one home from 30 yards, made this game look a lot more, cut and dry than it actually is. And now City are back level, and they've got to sort this out. They've got to step it up.
Kelly, Greenwood, now Kennedy. Cody Thomas sends that back to Keating, and now City with a few minutes left of this first half pushing to get back ahead.
Because even with the rotation, this City side should have no problems against St Pölten.
You're creating your own tongue tweezer there.
City side should.
Yeah. Lots of messages in chat. Sam said, who do you think will win the Premier League this season? That's a bit of a rogue one. If you mean WSL, then I'm not sure, to be fair.
I'm not sure either.
I think it's between Chelsea and City right now. The problem is we've seen them both play Arsenal, and Chelsea won while City lost. City drew. But we're too early in the season to know, for sure.
Yeah.
So much can still happen, so I think it's very difficult to say.
I think Chelsea United, if Chelsea and United had played, postponed that, would have told us everything. Because it would have told us how good Chelsea are, how good United are.
The two teams I don't know yet.
Yeah.
And Tottenham. I've no idea. Tottenham could play 100 games this season. I have no idea how good they are. But right now I'm verging on the fact they're not good at all. But I don't know. Anyway. UHN says City players look confused in the penalty area. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Montserrat says no short and different backline is noticeable. Yeah, on the Shaw point, they just don't have anyone up there who will just score goals. And the amount of times they put a ball into the box, and obviously the intended target is usually Khadija Shaw, and there's just nobody there.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a strange situation.
I agree. Kennedy doesn't look comfortable, and the problem is, no. I know she scored. It was a brilliant goal, but that doesn't really cover up the performance. And B, she's playing on the right hand side of a defence that also has an 18-year-old right back playing there. And I think Thomas is obviously very good talent, but it's her first professional. It's her first start, and it's going to be vulnerable.
I think this is also why we've not seen Alana Kennedy this season. Is the way that Manchester City want to play, because they want to use this right centre back as almost a right back in possession.
Yeah.
Because they build up with a back three. They have Hasegawa in there. They push the right wing back forward. They create the width on the left hand side, and that makes them really dangerous attacking areas. But it means that Alana Kennedy has a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
And it means her movement has to be spot on. And because she's not as quick as she once was, because she can't cover the same sort of ground that Alexandria can, she can't defend the wide areas like Alexandria can. It is a big downgrade, and it's why they're using Leia Alexandria in that position. But it's been quite interesting to see. You can see here that back three forming.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, Fagino's now gone back onto the left, and that makes sense to me because since she came on the right, we haven't seen one of those right-hand side triangles.
No, and it's because you've got Fagino, who is a okay young player, but she's not yet able to play up to the standard that this tactic demands, because on the right flank, you're playing in the half space. You're not playing in that wide area, because that's where the right back is. And she just doesn't seem to get involved when she's playing on the right hand side.
When do you think Gareth Taylor kind of changes things up? Is it half time? Has he had enough of what he's seen, or does he wait and see how this team fares second half?
I think he'll wait, because I think with the team he's got out there, they'll still find a breakthrough again, because PÖLTEN will tire in the second 45, and it's not like they can't. It's not like if you get to 60 minutes, the game's over. They've still got 30 minutes there to make a change. So I don't see him making changes at half time unless he's looking to make a statement. But I'm not really sure there's a statement to be made yet.
Well, I think
they've been slow, and the standard needs to be higher. But with the amount of rotation on the side tonight, with the amount of young players, I think this slow start is justified. A minute of additional time in this first half. I'll see if let that run out of plates. That will be a St Pölten goal kick. Cheryl says she's not a good defender. She's too slow in possession. She can't handle a high press attacking team. I assume that's on Alana Kennedy. It might be on Kiara Keating, to be fair. There's a few there's a message in chat saying better than Yamashita. Oh my god, I assume that's aimed at Keating. Not sure what she could have done about that first one. About the goal, sorry. That's not on Kiara Keating.
It's just been sloppy, I think.
Keating's in possession stuff's been sloppy, but what do you expect when she's not played?
Yeah.
There is going to be a bit of rustiness there. So I can't say I'm hugely surprised about that. I still think Keating's shot stopping is better than Yamashita's. I think Yamashita's much better in possession, so it's just that trade-off. But it doesn't make any sense to me, the opponents they're playing against. A night like tonight, where they are looking to be super possession dominant, I'd expect to see Yamashita.
Yeah.
But then, in those tough games against Arsenal or something like that, and Barcelona, I expect to see Keating. Equally, Yamashita was good against Barcelona. So. Anyway, that is half-time here in Vienna. It is St Pölten 1, Manchester City 1. I just thought of the place Austria. But yeah, the Austrian champions putting up a very good fight against Manchester City. A valiant effort, and they got their equaliser right at the end of the first half, courtesy of Brandt Tyler, cancelling out the early strike from Alana Kennedy. A really good first half from SKN St Pölten. And a strong showing so far. Odd one saying Keating is rusty at defence is the issue. Yeah, I think there's been a few passes that are misplaced, but equally that City backline just haven't looked entirely functional.
Yeah,
just yet. It's just not really working out. Yicha saying I have no hope for this season already as an Arsenal fan. Well, they are in action later this evening. Do join us for that. It's going to be very interesting to see how they get on. Vålerenga will be a tough test for Arsenal, though. They need to get to winning ways quickly under the temporary stewardship of René. I can't remember his surname. René Slagers, that's it. Everyone's saying Keating is City's best goalie. I will die on this hill. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that all summer. Well, not all summer. The last 2 months.
If you put Keating's shot stopping with Yamashita's in possession stuff, you'd have the best goalkeeper in the world. One of them.
Close. Yeah, I was going to say. I still think Catalina Carli is better than that.
She can see 2 goals to Man City, and it was phenomenal. So,
yeah, exactly. John saying Keating is a quality keeper, especially for age. Yamashita was caught napping on Sunday. Well, the goalkeeper on Sunday was really bizarre. Yeah, half-time interviews. Have you not seen these?
Sorry,
in the Champions League. Yeah, a bit of an odd thing, but it's coming to the men's Premier League as well. It seems to be plaguing football now.
So you're half-time for the game. You've scored a goal and you're being interviewed at half-time. I'd refuse.
What a goal.
That's mental.
But yeah, on the goalkeeping on Sunday, I thought Yamashita got it all wrong. It was that she saw Smith coming inside and she stepped left, and now that immediately does 2 things. One, it set her out off balance. So diving is then more difficult. Diving to the right is very difficult because you need to get back balance on the right and then dive. But it's also taken her further away from where that shot's coming.
Yeah.
And for me, it's such an early and such a huge overreaction. She just steps up, expecting a shot across the box. I don't know if Smith saw that and decided to change where she was shooting, or whether she was always going bottom corner. But either way, it left a huge amount of space for Smith to drive that home, and there was no way Yamashita could have got back across and down to that.
Yeah,
and for me, that was really amateurish goalkeeping. And I think she's very good at the ball at her feet, but that was a big error, and it could have cost City. If it weren't for Khadija Shaw being the best striker in the league and just brute forcing 2 goals home, they may well have dropped points. And then they find themselves level or behind Chelsea with a game in hand, and suddenly their title chances look even it looks even more difficult to stay in the title fight.
Yeah, on Khadija Shaw, because we had a poll go out yesterday if Khadija Shaw is the best striker in the world right now. And a lot of people didn't.
There was a lot of contest on that. So
I was surprised.
I'll leave you talk about that. I'm going to go grab a drink if that's all right.
Because for me, I think Khadija Shaw is the best striker in the world right now. I think Payor has started brilliantly at Barcelona, but I don't think and again
in the Liga F she has.
Yeah, exactly. It's the best start to a Liga F season that a striker's ever made, and I mean that's incredible. But I think you do have to. I think Shaw in a higher quality league. And she's also proven in the Champions League. I think for me, she is the best striker in the world right now, and that is huge for City. I know she's not playing tonight, and that's fine. That's what you'd expect. But I do think that for me, Shaw is the best number 9 on the planet at the moment right now. I think obviously, if you had Sam Kerr playing every week, then some other players, it could be a different story. But right now, on form, Shaw is the best striker in the world, and I'm pretty confident on that statement. But yeah, it has been a really interesting game. I think City started well, then Kennedy scored the screamer, and then they just decided to switch off a little bit, and that did surprise me. And I'm intrigued to see what they're going to come out in the second half, because they look really sloppy. They switched off, and I think they'll find themselves they'll be happy. They won't. Well, they'll not be. Obviously, they'll be very disappointed, but they'll be happy that they're only drawing, because realistically, if Polten had kept pushing and City had getting worse, it could have got a bit nasty for Manchester City. But yeah, I think it's definitely a big second half now for Man City. They have to get it right. They have to sort it out. But yeah, I think that I think that the last 15 minutes there has really thrown a curveball in this match. Ryzen saying the Americans do this, can we not? Players have better things to do in half time. I agree. I don't like half time interviews. Imagine, as a manager, you've got to talk to your team. You've got to get instructions in there. And if you find out your centre forward's doing an interview for DAZN, then I'd be pretty frustrated, to be completely honest. Yichen Louise says Keating neither picked by the senior team and on 23. Why did it become like this? That is simply because she's not playing, and that's the problem, and that is why City have got a big issue on their hands. Because if Keating isn't playing, she's not going to get in the England squad, and then suddenly she's going to want to leave, and that could be a problem, because then you've lost a really, really high quality goalkeeper, and that will be very concerning from City's point of view. Obviously, you've got Yamashita, but Kiara Keating is. You don't get not many Kiara Keatings come round very often. There's not many goalkeepers like her who are such good shot stoppers at such a young age. And if she's not getting picked for England, if she's not playing every week, then I wouldn't be surprised if she was to go on and leave. Sorry, I'm just reading through what. But yeah, I do think Chestnut says Virginia used to be a dribbler in Japan. She must cut in more. Yeah, I think Fujino again has had a tough game tonight. Just not really got involved. And as you say, she used to be a dribbler in Japan. If they can get her on the ball and get her playing her stuff and just attacking people, that's the thing. I don't see Fujino do enough of taking defences on, testing defences. It's a little bit too safe, and if anything, it's just everything she does is a little bit too late, and then there's no surprise element there, and suddenly it's very predictable. But I would just like to see a little bit more from Fujino, a little bit more threat, causing a few more issues, and I think she could put up some really good numbers. But yeah, it's another tough half. Hopefully, I do think it's very exciting talent. If she can start just look a little bit more dangerous, then I think we've got a very, very good City. Got a very good player on their hands.
Are you ever Fujino?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some raw talent there. It's just about converting that into contributions, into
100%.
viable metrics and performances. You're just not doing that yet. We're not seeing that output, and that's sort of necessary for a side that want to compete at the top level.
Yeah.
You need to have forwards who are proficient in front of goal.
Yeah.
So yeah. Eugene said, where might Keating go? And Ryder said she'll want to change Hampton to be Earps' backup.
Yes, as well. So, of course, she's not been selected in the England squad. If she does leave, where's she go?
Do United make a rogue bid?
I mean, it's worth a shot, I think. If Keating carries on like this, not playing, and not getting the England squad, Man United would be stupid to not. I mean, I think, but Tyler Joyce has started.
I think Liverpool would be a good shout. I think Rachel Laws is a good goalkeeper, but
Keating's different level.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem is, for Liverpool, they'd have to persuade her a lot. I think with Man United, there is a chance, especially looking at the way they've started, that they could be in the Champions League, up there competing for trophies. For Liverpool, I think they're a step off that, and they would have to be a lot of convincing.
But with Liverpool, there's so much promise. They just need to invest in the right areas.
Is that what they need? If they get a big player?
If I could sign one player to Liverpool right now, it would be a top quality wing back. I just don't know who, to be honest, because not a lot of systems play with wing backs, so it's difficult therefore to suggest someone. But I think if you can find a top quality wing back, and what Liverpool have been really good at doing is finding those bargains. I thought Olivia Smith didn't really know her coming into the league, wasn't aware of her quality. She's played a few matches, and I'm convinced.
Yeah,
I'm convinced she's one of the top players. She will be one of the top players in the league. Such a talented player, and that's what Liverpool have got to keep doing, finding those bargains. And I think they did a really good job with Smith. I think they will be looking to build on recruitment like that. I think they've got a really nice core now. I think Gemma Bonner, really strong centre half. Their midfield partnership with Nagano and Herbinger is really nice as well. They're just light in a lot of areas. They have no wing backs, bar the two that are playing. They have no midfielders, bar the two or three that are playing at the moment. Their squad is just so light. I mean, they have one goalkeeper at the club right now.
Yeah.
Their backup goalkeeper, their reserve striker. It's a messy situation. They just need some depth. But yeah, it would be difficult to convince someone like Kiara Keating. In terms of abroad, I mean, I don't think Real Madrid is out of the question. Because, who've they got there? I can't remember the name of the goalkeeper now, but I think Keating's better.
It's going to annoy me now.
I'm going to have a look.
Literally watched her play.
I mean, Barcelona isn't going to happen.
No, because Catalina Cole is mentally good.
And if not, they've just signed Eddie Roebuck, and Panos is still somewhere.
Wolfsburg have still got Firms, Bayern.
Rodriguez, that's it. I think she's better than Maria Rodriguez.
Potentially, yeah. Bayern, I think, I can't... what's her name?
I've also forgotten.
Completely forgotten. I think she's good.
Gruz.
Yeah.
It.
I think, very capable goalkeeper, but...
23 though, so she's young as well. I don't see the Bayern getting rid of her.
True. That is true. And Bayern look brilliant at the moment, so why have they changed it? Don't change it.
PSG have just signed Mary Earps, so that's not an option. The issue is for Keating is where does she go right now?
Yeah. But if she wants game time, she's got to take us potentially. But if she wants game time, she's got to take a step down. But that's not going to help her England case either. So it's a tough scenario. But yeah, Man City second half then. Got to be sharper. Got to improve the quality. Are we intrigued to see any changes? Probably not, but you never know.
Yeah, I don't think there will be. I think they'll rely on the quality they got on the field to make the difference. That that the side they put out tonight, yes, it's heavily rotated, but it's more than enough to get through a game like this. And if not, they can wait until 60, 70 minutes, and they'll still have enough time to turn that game around. Yeah. So I don't think it's a huge issue. FL Bay says, I'm late. Did I miss anything of note? Well, you missed Alana Kennedy scoring a belter.
Yeah, 30 yards.
You missed Man City failing to deal with the corner.
Yeah.
And it's 1-0. That's it, really. Other than that, City were pretty meh. And, Poulton exploited that towards the end of the half. But overall, I think City will probably get better and probably find a way to win this.
Probably, yeah.
There's just a lot of complacency.
But,
a lot of sloppiness.
I can't say anything now. I quite literally said in the build-up, I don't see Poulton scoring tonight. And lo and behold, they've gone from the back of the net. So, well done them. They've made this very interesting. City have got up standards.
The other issue that we've got to consider is now Poulton have something to have a lead to defend. And what a huge mess this would be if City are to drop points tonight, because they took a win against Barcelona last time out, and that was such a good start, and they might undo all of that good work with just this game.
Looks like there could be a potential that Cadiz Shaw's coming on.
Well, they look like high-intensity sprints, which
they did.
You don't really do.
The other players are warming up in their coats and tracksuit bottoms, and Cadiz Shaw is fully kitted and ready to go. Yeah. So I think we're going to see... We're talking about how if she is the best striker in the world right now, I think we're going to see her in action here, potentially.
Yeah, IOD1 saying Keating to Brighton. That's a rogue shout. I mean, the Vidicic...
I mean, at this rate, yes, because they're going to finish in the Champions League.
They're going to win it. They're going to win the league.
Incredible.
I genuinely think right now, I mean, Brighton's against United will be a huge test. Yeah. Because I think other than Chelsea and City, I don't see why Brighton can't take points off every other team in the league.
Yeah.
And so at that point, why can't they finish third? Because Arsenal are out of sorts. If Arsenal get it together, they will, they'll get back into it. They'll be back in the title
Depends
fight.
how long Arsenal
take. If they don't do that, well, exactly. So if they don't do that soon, then maybe there's a chance there for a big shock this season. Either United getting back in there, Liverpool coming good, or Brighton providing the biggest shock we've seen the WSL in a good few years.
Yeah. Well, City weren't good enough in the first half, and Cadiz Shaw is going to be coming on. So Gareth Taylor is making that change.
By the way, that Brighton's backup goalkeeper is Marmatovic, who is the German under-21 goalkeeper. So they've got a lot of depth there.
Yeah. So who's coming off? Because Virginia is still on the pitch. I think Chloe Kissel is Mary Fowler coming off.
Wouldn't surprise me if she's the only starter in that front line.
Maybe this is a plan change. Give them both. No, Fowler's still on there. So that's Chloe Kelly.
Oh, that would be...
That's interesting.
A hell of a decision if it is.
That's very interesting.
Is it Fowler deeper, potentially?
Potentially.
Or two up front? I don't see Chloe Kelly.
Well, who's that talking? I think that she might... Yeah, she is.
She is there.
So who on earth is...
Unless they haven't made the sub yet.
Oh, yeah, they haven't made the sub yet. So someone's got... Still don't know who's coming off. Keating's back out. We know she's not coming off.
That would be a hell of a decision.
That is number 16. That's Blinkilda.
Laura Blinkilda. Harsh.
So
it's just Park.
Is it?
16, yeah. Just Park.
Oh, yeah.
So if Fowler deeper, that makes sense.
Yeah. That might be a plan.
And rotating someone who is a starter.
Yeah.
So yeah, St. Paulton have got us underway. They weren't even going to wait for Shaw to get on the pitch. She literally ran on and into press. St. Paulton wasting no time. And a play for Manchester City throw. Actually saying France Wolfsburg contract ends in summer 25. Ooh, but Alex can't see Keating leaving England. Fair enough. I mean, Merla From's available. Some top sides have got to be looking at that. Surely Man United are all over that. Surely.
Because even if Talis Joyce look really good, that's different.
Merla From's such a huge upgrade.
Yeah, but again, that is at the type of bargain Liverpool could go and get.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're the kind of players that take that step
and they
back.
will be more. They can be more proactive in the transfer window, because I don't see Matt Beard being sacked, by next summer.
No.
Whereas Man United might need to get a new manager, so I don't think they'll want to react yet. Keating quick of a line, smashes out a play. It's a good ball in behind. Paulton still offering City a challenge. The other issue is United don't have the investment right now. If Liverpool get their finger out their arse, there's an opportunity here to really take third by storm.
Like Brighton are.
And the investment we've had over the last few years has been really good. Here comes St. Paulton, ball into the box. That's dealt with by Alana Kennedy. But yeah, exactly right with Brighton. Their recruitment last summer was absolutely top notch.
Yeah.
A real nice mix of bargains and experience. They've brought players like Nikita Paris and Fran Kirby to the club, and Helena Kankovic was an absolute bargain as well. And then, there's other bargains. There's Olis Lagers, Kiko Seike. It's really nice recruitment over the window.
City struggling to start with. Paulton starting fast, and they've got themselves another corner. They scored from their first corner. Can they score from their second?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
City's sluggish out the blocks.
Kubkova puts it in there. That's headed away by Kennedy. Going to drop on the edge of the box. Hasegawa does enough to deter Zver from the shot. It's up in the box, and Kennedy's not dealt with that. Heads it down. It's smashed back in the area. Ball pinballing around at the moment. Dubkova will fight for it.
The ball should, but again, It's
One
bouncing
back in
around,
there, and
but
City look to break.
how
Fowler.
is City? I know it's bouncing.
Shaw's made the run. That's got to
yeah.
go to Khadija Shaw. Ball's not got enough on it. One back by.
I know it's like bouncing and going ridiculously high in the air, but how is that ball allowed to bounce in that City penalty area?
What is it doing?
The ball, as it comes down, someone should just head it or smash it away.
Yeah.
The problem is they're trying to bring the ball down and play with it. Kennedy tried to bring it down and just completely missed it. Ball hit the ground and bounced up again.
Here's Ayoba for Gino. There's a bit of space on the left-hand side.
But again, just slows it down. There
Cuts
we go.
inside. That's nice for Gino. Ball in towards the back post. Chloe Kelly should do better. Has to do better. Just doesn't quite anticipate it and pushes the shot line.
That's the first bit of properly poor defending from Poulton. Way too easy.
And then just doesn't read it really. There, Krizai at the back post. Kelly, got to do more of that.
Kelly should punish the ball. Ball's in too easy. The ball, Fagino's ball in was let in too easy. Then Kelly was given a golden opportunity.
Takes aim, but it's wide. And this is my issue: is that there's been quite a obvious, disagreement between Taylor and Kelly. Kelly's not happy with their game time, but then when you're given an opportunity, you've got to show why you've got to be starting. And she just isn't at the moment. Every time I watch her, she looks half the player she used to be.
What a flick on. Poulton
Ball in the chance. Here's a chance for Pakel. She's offside. She just kept going a little bit too early there.
That's sloppy, because that is such a big opportunity. She has to hold the run.
But I think it's poor from the number 24 in there as well. I don't know her name, but I'll find out. But she plays that pass when she can quite clearly see that Pakel is offside.
Yeah.
Just got to hold it. She held on to it too long and then plays it as Kaver, sorry.
Yeah.
Zaver. I was nailing it.
Zaver, yeah. She's a really good game.
It's been everywhere.
She's carnage is what I'd describe her as.
She keeps kicking the ball up in the air.
Directly out in the air. City win a throw. City need to get some control on this game. That's what's happened. Since the Kennedy goal, they just lost control and the game opened up.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Don't know, Chris saying, what do you say? Will we get the win? I assume that's a Manchester City fan or maybe a St Paulton fan. I think City will win here.
Yeah.
Eventually. But they are making this difficult. Much more difficult than it needs to be. I've not been at the races. Do you think that Taylor has underestimated Paulton a little bit tonight? Should they have gone slightly stronger? Or was this rotation necessary?
I think...
Dubkova.
When you look at the whole season, for me, it was right to rotate tonight, and it's still a good side. It's a ridiculously good side. You've still got key players in there like Greenwood and Hasegawa who should hold the team together. You've given an opportunity to youngsters, but you've also still got some starters in there and some very high quality players.
The thing is, we talk about the fact that they've rested a few players, but realistically now, you've still played Fowler for what's going to be at least 60 minutes, you would assume. You've still given Fowler... you've still given Park 45, Shaw 45. Fowler from range. Brilliant stop from Schluter.
Wow.
Magnificent. Magnificent effort, magnificent stop.
And that's what City got to do. Fowler's been given acres here on the edge of the area. Just hits it so well. So that's an incredible save. Really good. Yeah, really good from Fowler. Doesn't quite find the corner. If she found the corner, I think she'd have beaten the keeper. But it's a really good effort and a great stop.
Yeah.
City corner.
Yeah, Riser saying, I feel a bit like City approached this match like Barca approached the last one. Yeah, just that complacency, that thought that you're just going to win. It can plague top teams at times. Fowler. Especially in the case of Barcelona, because they win literally every match, it's difficult to get yourself up for every game. Because you go, well, we're just going to win, aren't we? Because, we're Barcelona.
Yeah.
But yeah. I had one saying Fowler's on 10 this season. 10 goals already? Really? Well, I know she's been good.
She played the qualifiers in the UWCL, didn't she?
She's got one goal in the WSL. What do you mean? What do you mean she's on 10? She's got 2 at the moment. Unless you mean this year. Perhaps since January.
I don't know.
I was going to say, how on earth has she got to 10? Alex saying, can you guys see Stoney leave San Diego in winter for Arsenal? Well, apparently she was sacked in June, I found out in today's video. We recorded, I said, will Stoney leave the NWSL? Turns out the NWSL's left her. So she is an option now.
Yeah.
There are big question marks I still have over Casey Stoney. I thought she did well at Manchester United a few years ago. Obviously got them promoted into the WSL again, and a decent first season in the WSL. Hasn't done incredibly in NWSL.
Yeah,
but
I just don't think she's on that elite level. But the problem is you're not going to find an elite level manager right now.
Yeah.
It's a good ball in from Polton. It's headed backwards by Shaw. Not really dealt with by Fagino. Back in there for Polton.
Chance! Oh, what a goal! What a strike and Polton leave! I believe it was Pakel in there again. Oh no, Dobkova, I think.
Wow.
Polton 2, City 1. Wow. And after a glorious 2-0 win at home to Barcelona last weekend, City find themselves behind against the Austrian champions. Dobkova with a turn and volley. Keating no chance to react. SKN St Polton 2, Manchester City 1.
And you draw so many parallels to the first goal. City just do not deal with it. It is a brilliant turn, brilliant strike.
So well to receive the ball here, spin and just release the volley.
It's an incredible goal. Look at the reaction from Man City. Every head drops. Not one player there is gearing themselves up to go again. They're struggling. They're up against it and they're not liking it. And again, it is such sloppy defending. They just do not do. The ball comes in from the free kick. Shaw heads it backwards, which puts them under pressure. Virginia then heads it is not even out of the penalty area. And then Polton recycle it and they find the back of the net again.
Here's Fagino.
Really poor defending from Man City. Really poor.
Matna Tremblau bringing down over Harvey.
I mean, hats off to Polton. They've been brilliant. They've taken their chances and they've caused so many problems. But City are not having fun. And Gareth Taylor is gone. He's not on the sideline. And he's not sitting up in the stands where he usually is.
This is my issue with Taylor. Is I get that some managers are a bit more laid back. But when I see him up in the stands, I can't get behind that.
We now don't know where he is.
This guy's gone home.
He's probably just gone for a piss.
The cut. Drama.
Yeah.
Taylor sees Chloe Kelly on pitch and runs. That'll be the headline. That'll be the back page of the Sun.
Yeah.
If they bothered reporting on women's football, of course.
This is
St Polton right above Manchester City.
Incredible.
I'm guessing head-to-head supersedes goal difference then. Which I hadn't considered.
No.
But yeah.
This is big for Polton. Really big.
I had one pointing out, by the way, they meant Founders on of 10 in terms of performances, top tier.
Oh, right.
10 goals.
I think so, yeah. Especially against Barcelona was phenomenal. I think, what was the other game we got? Liverpool again. Yeah. Well, the Liverpool game was a bit a tough one to really get involved in. But yeah, definitely this season looked really sharp. Oh, there's Taylor, he's on the bench.
Oh, makes a nice change. Justin Williams said it would be a good time for a successful men's manager to come to the Gunners. It would be interesting to see whether they would handle that, because I do think there is a difference in the tactical outlook of the men's and women's games.
And the man management as
well.
Yeah,
that's definitely a bit different. Well, a lot different. So that would be the biggest aspect of it.
That lion ball from Greenwood, but no one really appealed for it.
Fagino tries to carry it forwards, is forced back.
This is the first big thing. This is the first test we've now seen of Man City this season. They're behind. They did it against Liverpool, yes, but they're on top for that whole game. They're behind tonight. They need 2 goals, but they're not in control. They went behind against Liverpool, but they're in control for the rest of the game, and we just knew they were eventually going to score. Tonight's a different test. They've got to find a way through. Still a long way to go, but based on what we've seen in the first 10 minutes of the second half, they've got to find something different.
Yeah, Alex says, how is this possible? Taylor has asked us, that means St Polton lost to Hammarby. Well, it just feels like a bit of complacency tonight. Here's Chloe Kelly, ball into the box for Gino, meets it with a volley and scores. St Polton 2, Manchester City 2. And Wales City find a way back into this game. It's a good delivery, and Ayoba Fagino finds her first goal in Manchester City blue, volleying home from close range.
Yeah, that's a big goal. The earlier they got the equaliser, the easier it's going to be for Man City. It's what they need to do. It is a phenomenal pass from Mary Fowler, reverses it to Kelly, who puts a really good ball in. It's poor defending from Poulton, but Fagino is a decent strike, but brilliance once again from Mary Fowler. And again, we see that that give and go, and the reverse ball to Kelly is just outstanding. It's a good
great
ball
delivery from Kelly, and a good finish from a player who really needed a goal.
What Man City needed, and now they've got over half an hour to find a winner. And just like that, the game, it could be back in their control. I think they probably will go on to pull this back now in pretty swift and convincing fashion, but the frustration will be is why'd they make it so difficult for themselves initially?
Yeah. Here's Blinkilde, manages to lose it. Here comes St Poulton. There's a handball in there though on Blinkilde.
Gave that a bit late.
I had one saying, go Citizens, 2 more. Well, you want to see 4-2. Fair enough. But yeah, you would expect City to kick on from it. Well, they've got back level.
Yeah.
Keating. Here's Kennedy. Bring the ball out of defence. Hasegawa. Lovely lifted pass to find Lea Uahabi. Fagino. Now Uahabi. Finds Blinkilde, tries to find Fagino, knocked out of play. So Uahabi now over the throw on the near side. Blinkilde.
Yeah, I think that Fagino goal was massive, not only for her but for City tonight. If it had taken, if they hadn't equalised until 70, 75, then it could have got difficult. But now they're giving themselves plenty of time. They only need 1 goal. They'd probably want more just to be safe, but they're in a good position now, Man City. They've regained control of this game once again. Yeah, the end of the first half was sloppy. The start of the second was even worse. But they seem to have just woken up a little bit.
Yeah.
If anything, the second goal just kicked them into gear, and here they come again. Fagino into Blinkilde, who just want to hold on to it.
Try to find Hasegawa. It's just sloppy again.
Yeah.
And Hasegawa commits a foul. Smart one though from Hasegawa there. No other options really.
Not gonna get booked for that. Just stops Poulton going forwards.
Yeah. Alana Kennedy holds on well there against the press. A message saying, I hope this makes Ayoba more aggressive. Yeah. I mean, she's got a goal now. She needs to take some confidence and belief from that. Tries to come inside. Loses it too easily, though. Brilliant there from Matna Tremblau. Just carrying the ball through the team. It's a great tackle from Greenwood to stop her from going any further. Ardwan saying, the team is exhausted. This is the reason for this performance. They were running at Barcelona 100% battery for most of the night. They are tired. Yeah, I mean, they did the same against... They looked tired against Liverpool, but they got away with it. Because, by the end, they managed to get through it. They just need to find a goal tonight, and that's the thing for City. While they are tired and struggling with the fixture pile,
the problem?
They've got to get results over the line.
Is they cut this, we can say they're going to be tired, but at this rate they're going to be tired every game, and then suddenly.
However, I would argue they would rather drop points tonight than again the weekend. I think at the moment, Champions League group stage, they can get away with a draw.
And
tonight.
because they've beaten Barca already.
Yeah, exactly. But if they lose to Villa, they're in real trouble, because they've already dropped points to Arsenal, dropped points to Aston Villa. Chelsea will. Well,
it's a good.
Nothing's ever certain, but they're playing very well at the moment. Shaw can't quite meet that ball into the box.
Even Grealish Shaw would have done well to score from that angle. But
that would have been incredible if she had.
I do think this will pay dividends when you rock up with Lauren Hemp, who wouldn't have played unless she comes on, wouldn't have played a minute. Leah Alexandri who will turn up and, no, I'm going to take back everything I said because they're all coming on.
Yeah. Rord, Hemp, Alexandri. So who have they rested tonight? Absolutely no one has got a rest. Kasper,
I still think...
they've played less minutes. It's going to be better for them. But nobody has had a rest tonight.
No.
No one's had a solid period without playing. And I think the bigger issue against Liverpool was not so much the physical fatigue, but the mental fatigue.
Yeah.
And just having a break can really help with that.
Also, these players aren't coming on for the last half an hour when City are winning 3-0. They're coming on, they need a goal. I think Jill Rod makes sense because, again, it's just giving her more minutes. I think the Alexandri one is bizarre, especially for Thomas. She's putting her out at right back.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not sure. I just don't think I'd have done it, in all honesty. I'm guessing Thomas was struggling because, 90 minutes of a professional game can be tough. St Pölten also making a double change as well.
Paper the Gemini says, I honestly think it's going to be a tie. They're both strong teams. Very much could be. SKN St have put up a very good fight here tonight. Alex saying Taylor should give Hasegawa a rest, in my opinion. She must play many games this season. Well, the problem is that they can't take her off now because they're in this position. If they were clear, if they were winning, then they can sub her off and they can give her a rest. But they cannot afford to right now. They just simply can't afford to. Half an hour to go, City need a goal. Sver comes off to a bit of applause. That's a standing ovation.
City
no one
ovation.
stood up, but everyone is clapping. So, good shift, and it's been Madel on in her position. So less than 30 minutes to go now. Alexandri tries to head it forwards. Pölten wants to carry the ball forwards, but it is forced back now. Ball over the top, that'll run through to Kiara Keating.
Not sure why
under
she's
pressure,
decided to take
I'm not sure
that
what's
area.
going on. Harby loses
That's
the ball,
a bit
and there's a
off.
huge frustration. That's going to be a yellow card, you would assume, for dissent. Paquel was furious. And you can see why it's a bit of a soft one. If this isn't a booking, I'll be stunned.
I mean, I was more surprised by Dershevsky's reaction.
I mean, she's also
Here, now. Thought to me. I mean,
is that really a foul?
I don't think so. I think it's a let off. I don't know why Keating took the ball out of her area. She could just wait in her area, wait for the ball to come to her and pick it up, rather than run out to it and take a touch on the edge.
Paquel must have bets on the bigger teams, the way she refs games.
Dershevsky. Paquel's the player.
Oh yes, sorry, Paquel doesn't. Not accusing Paquel of betting. Accusing Elena Dershevsky of it. Here is Khadija Shaw. Now Rord. That's a goal, and that's again a poor pass from Rord. And here comes St Pölten. It's sloppy again from City. Rord this time making the error. Dubkova wants to bring it forwards. Rord's done well to get back in there. Harby comes away with the ball. Dubkova's brought her down. Advantage play. Does City have possession? Rord now switches it right. Here's Fowler. Looks to play a pass across into Chloe Kelly. Lauren Hemp, who's come on this left-hand side. They're not happy with their option inside. Forced back to Greenwood. Now Hemp. Looks to take it down the line. Harby. Now Rord. Rord shrugs off a challenge in there. Finds Yui Hasegawa. Paper the Gemini says Manchester has been impressive so far. Somehow so is the other team. It's so difficult. Who do you guys support? We're both Chelsea fans. But yeah, we don't like to mention it too much on Man City streams.
No.
But we are neutral on this show as much as we can. But obviously, if there is a Chelsea game, we are going to cheer. But here is Lauren Hemp. Hasegawa. To be fair, we've not had a chance to stream any Chelsea games recently because we've been at all the games. But we'll be live this Sunday for Chelsea versus Tottenham, so do join us there. Alexandri trying to carry that forwards. Loses out, falls to Fagino. Now Alexandri. Ball into the box. Shaw can't get there. It's claimed well by Schluter. Leyul. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly there. Says SKN Go. Great to see a Pölten fan in the live chat. Or a Man United fan, I'm not sure. But, yeah. They've put up a hell of a fight tonight against this Man City,
Yeah.
the behemoth that
Really
is
strong.
Manchester City.
Really strong showing.
Well, just over 20 minutes to go. And they're still in it. 2-2.
They are.
What a big result this would be. And you'd think, yes, it'll be a bittersweet feeling because, yes, this would be a fantastic result. But what frustration that they couldn't find a result against Hammarby.
Yeah.
Because then what a position they would be in.
And I'll be honest, I thought we were going to see back-to-back goals. I thought when Figino scored, we'd have seen City follow up almost instantly. But it's been it's nearly been 10 minutes now
Yeah.
since that goal went in. So Polten are holding firm. Still 20, just over 20 minutes to go. So a lot can change in that time.
Here is Fowler. Hasegawa. Uwahabi. Hemp. Rord. Now Uwahabi. Hasegawa. Hemp. Now Uwahabi again.
I don't think that bringing on the big guns has made the desired impact that Taylor was looking for. I mean, obviously, there's still 20 minutes to make an impact, but I don't think that Hemp and Rord and have looked like they're going to completely change the game.
Here's Aoba Figino. Tries to play it inside, and it's one back, and here come SKN St. Polten. Ball in behind, Perkel. She's got an option to her left. Will she look to use it? She's going to drive inside. It's blocked.
Got to pass.
Still alive here, though. Poke back inside. One back by Kennedy.
That's really poor.
Yeah,
That's so poor.
Perkel now has to face the frustrated moans of her teammates.
Was it Marl or Mile?
Yeah, Marl, who just come onto that
Should
left-hand
have
side.
screaming for that.
Or Madlu, I think. I can't remember.
That's incredible. That was a good opportunity. It was a 2-on-1 situation. Hemp's won it back though, and she finds Khadija Shaw.
Yeah, Madlu. Here comes Khadija Shaw, bearing in on
That's a
goal.
great tackle.
Fantastic challenge.
I was expecting Khadija Shaw to knock him out of the way and smash the top corner.
Elbow ran out of her way.
Really good defending.
Dovkova's played herself into trouble. One back by Polten. Keeper can't pick this up, and she's aware of that. Kicks it long. Looking for Perkel. And that's a ball just smashed forward, brought down by Madul. The ball in behind, presented by Kennedy. City don't look comfortable.
No.
This is a game where City should be rushing forward, sending players forwards, picking out players in whatever, getting balls in the box, pushing for a goal. They look like they could concede.
The other problem will be that I don't think Hemp and Rord wouldn't have expected to come on tonight.
And the ball in behind, looking for Lauren Hemp. Hemp puts it in there.
That's a great
Shaw
ball.
couldn't quite get there. Neither could Figino at the back post. Hasegawa. Uwahabi. Now Hasegawa. Kennedy. Fowler. Find Alexandri. Oh, there's Bam love hearts in chat, by the way, as well. The little reaction thing, I'll put some in there as well.
Yes.
Kyle
Figino.
Raksap saying, come on, City. They need all the support this straight. They're just not coming forwards. Fowler. And that's a foul.
Oh, silly from Fowler. Because I think Harvey could have got there. Just pushes her over. She pushes over the Polten player. She's trying to get to the ball. Yeah, doesn't need to do it. But this is the 2-on-1 opportunity up the other end. Brilliant football. Draws Kennedy over. Has to pass. Really poor.
Yeah. I went to the stream, GT and Adriatic fan club. So there's one more goal. That's all City need. It's also all SKN need. Trying to carry it forwards. It's Polten trying to put the ball into the box. Kennedy gets there. City will look to play out, but it's just cleared out. I don't know how that's a City throw. They look like it took a nick off an SKN player, but Fowler finds Uwahabi. Just carrying it forwards. Now Hemp.
Brilliant.
Drives inside with purpose. Lauren Hemp. Chance for Hemp. Great individual drive. Plays it to Figino. Puts it into the box. Glancing header away. Jill Rord. Can't fashion a shot. And Poulton
I'm
get it
so
going.
confused why Hem hasn't hit that on the right. She's taken on 4 players and then decided to shift it out to Figino.
Yeah.
Just shoot. Gotta hit that.
Sefty says, does St Paulton have a chance to win? Definitely right now.
Still open. Paul's actually on shore, but she managed to fight her way back for it.
Sharrow's saying Poulton playing the game of their lives. Ryzen says these 5-0 predictions look wild with 72 minutes of perspective. Yeah, I mean I was between 5-0 and 2-2, so yeah, tough decision. If only I'd gone.
I said 3-0 City. I thought I went. I think it would be. I think I'll give Poulton some credit, but they've come out here and have been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, they've got to keep fighting those 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably City have thrown on the support from the bench.
Yeah.
Have they got any subs left? One maybe.
Yeah, 1.
What more can they bring on?
I mean, they might have tripled the passes, but what does that mean? It's another ball through the lines.
Madul won't get there. Keating smashing out of play under pressure. That just allows St Paulton to turn the dial.
Yeah.
To really put the pressure on Manchester City here. Madul.
I mean, City are massively outnumbering them defensively.
Dubkova.
But Poulton are still causing problems.
A strike from range, and you can see why you take it on, but it's not near the goal.
Yeah. Poulton aren't sending loads of players forward, which is understandable, but they're still causing problems with the minimal players up there.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, just watching back that second goal for Poulton.
Stupendous.
It's an incredible strike. But a really good response pretty much immediately from Figino for City. But still, 16 minutes to play. City need a goal. Either side needs a goal. They want to win this game.
Yeah, and we've got another goal, by the way, over in Turin. It's Juventus 0, Bayern Munich 2. Pernilla Harder continuing her goal-scoring exploits in the Champions League. Scoring again tonight. That's 4 goals in 2 matches for her in the competition this
Two
campaign.
big wins for Bayern Munich.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, they play Vålerenga up next, right? If they win that,
Puts
they're
pressure on Arsenal
pretty
as well.
much there.
More.
Arsenal need to beat Vålerenga.
Yeah. Actually, join us for that one after this game.
Yes, we are live for that in 30 minutes' time. There's only 15 minutes left of this game. We're going to have a 3-minute
Hemp, brilliant turn.
water break. Here comes Lauren Hemp. Driving forward, she just gets under it.
Oh, yeah, she's frustrated by that one.
Over the bar.
Yeah, just gets under it and just spoons it up in the air.
Just rushes the shot. Really rushes that shot. They're panicking now, and that's an issue for City. The Figino effort, so composed. At close range. Villa Boys asked, question for you guys. Do you guys think UEFA should add Europa League for women? They will. Next season, we are having the UEFA Women's Europa League. It's the first edition of the competition. I believe the Champions League is also moving to a slightly expanded format.
Yes.
From 16 to 18 teams. So, yes, we will have Europa League next year. Not 100% sure how that's going to operate yet. It looks to be a bit of a weird version of the Europa League, if I'm honest. It's like it was back in the 80s for the men's game, which I don't really get.
The two-legged final. There's
a two-legged final. The fact that it's like teams that get knocked out of the Champions League then get into the Europa League for the knockouts. There's not a knockout stage for it, which I just don't really see the point of. Because there's so many teams. I mean, you look at the WSL this season, Manchester United could easily compete in European competition, as could Liverpool probably. And yet they just won't get the opportunity to because the WSL obviously has so much talent that there are a few teams in there who won't be able to qualify. Yet you look at some of the other teams in these competitions and they can't really compete.
Yeah.
SKN St though. Not an example of that. They've been very competitive against Manchester City tonight. Here's Mary Fowler. Looks to put the ball in and that is chested out by Wenger.
And suddenly, when City equalised, that was on the 58th minute, I think. We sat here going, they've got a good half an hour left. That half an hour anticipated, and they've only got 14 minutes. Time is running away from Man City tonight at the moment.
Yeah. Sefty asked for predictions for the later game. We'll do those in the preview for our next show. Sefty, we need to talk about 15 minutes.
Yes.
I mean, I think we'll have enough to cover with talking about this game and everything about Arsenal, but we will save those for
it's flat
time.
How's it not in?
Word.
How is that not in?
The corner comes in. City have got to just poke it home. Kennedy's hobbling away. So Schluter comes out, misses the ball. It's chested down by Kennedy.
Oh, wow.
And then
3 yards.
No, that's not him.
2 yards out, Kennedy's put it over the bar.
But she just comes into contact with the Portland defender, so it just flicks up.
It's really poor. That was a huge chance for City.
Just got to put it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible how they've not found a third goal in this game. Polten's still surviving.
Yeah, Joey Eliza saying, come on, City. A paper, the Gemini says, who do you think will win, Arsenal or Oslo? Is that where Valerenga are from? I always forget with the team names to check where they hail from. But yeah, I mean...
They're top of the Norwegian league at the moment, aren't they? Ahead of Brann and... Probably the other team, BNO.
Yeah.
They're doing very well.
I was trying to remember all the leagues. I was thinking Sweden. But, as in, I was trying... Because I remember looking a few weeks ago and it's... Is it Rosenborg? No, Rosenborg or Norwegian. I can't remember who it is. Rosengard, maybe?
Yeah.
But whoever's top of the Swedish league is like winning it by a canter.
Mm.
And I was like, well, that's not Valerenga. But no, that's wrong league.
City really put on some pressure.
Great turn from Fagino. Tries to put the ball in the box. It's blocked by Klein, and that's out now for a Manchester City corner.
Yeah. Polten have now got 11 players practically in their penalty area. They are holding on for this point. City have got to keep the pressure on. Polten are holding firm at the minute, but another corner. The first corner should have gone in. The second corner we'll have to wait for because Dermashevsky's not happy about something.
Shock.
The lineswoman is still stood on the pitch. Oh, Jill Rod's got to take a ring off. Or something off.
Well.
Yeah, a bracelet.
Has got Jill Rod's bracelet.
I mean, how has that not been noticed? Jill Rod's been that's shocking. But yeah, Jill Rod's ditched her blade.
And it's there. City have found a lead again. It's a ball into the box. I think it was Mary Fowler in there. The goalkeeper thinks she's fouled, but the referee doesn't want to hear it. Fowler heads home from close range. St Polten 2, Manchester City 3.
Yeah.
Was there a foul in there?
No, I don't think so.
Keeper's come and missed it. She was never getting up to that.
It's another really good corner. Yes, another poor decision from Schluter in goal. And this time Man City do punish. It's a really good header from Mary Fowler. And City do have their goal.
And she just cushions the header home.
I mean, St Polten just have not dealt with corners today. Man City find the back of the net and they finally get the third goal. 10 minutes to play now. You'd think they're going to see this out. But if I've learned anything from this game, is that you can never say never.
Yeah, and here comes St Polten. Ball inside from Matna. Here's Krivai. Dubkova. A ball in behind to Dubkova. Tries to put it into the box.
Right,
an easy claim for Keating.
No rush from Keating whatsoever.
Celebration in the chat. Paper saying SKN needs to score now. They'll be hard pressed to do so. City will look to just try and consolidate this, try and see out the win.
Yeah.
Just not sure what the keeper's doing. No, it's pretty poor goalkeeping in there from Schlutzer. She's made some great saves, but she's just her decisions to come and claim balls just haven't been the right ones. She's getting nowhere near them. Piquel. And Rod's won it high, and here comes City. Forced backwards, Jill Rord. Now City will hold on to possession over Harby. Still not feeling safe. Yeah, I agree with you, mate.
I mean, the way this game's been going, I'm not
Very
surprised.
open. I had one says Fowler deserves. She has played well. She's been very good this season, to be fair. Here come SKN. Fagino wins out of the field. Khadija Shaw now driving towards goal. Gives it back to Ayoba Fagino, who wants to take on Krivai. Alexandri. Hasegawa. Now Alexandri. Tries to play it down the line. Huge challenge in there, though, from Krivai. And now here come SKN St. Pölten. One back again, though, by Greenwood. City win it high. And now can camp in this Pölten half.
Yeah, management mode for Man City now. They're in no rush to go forwards. Just keep the ball and don't let Pölten have a sniff. And just let the clock run down for the next 8 minutes or so. But again, if they do hold on tonight, it is back-to-back games where they have gone behind, but the big difference being is that they have clawed it back.
And I spoke about this again after the Liverpool game, and in our Monday video where we reviewed the Matchweek, the UWCL Matchweek, how this shows the difference between City and Arsenal. Yeah. Is when City are not on it, they still get the result. They still get they still get the goals. They still get the result. We saw the same in the Arsenal City game, where Arsenal were the much better team, and City took their chances, and they managed to get a draw there. And for me, that's the big difference. That's why last season City ran Chelsea literally to the wire. Yeah, where Arsenal just couldn't.
Chelsea do it as well, and that's the thing. That's why they compete, because Chelsea scraped through against Villa. They're already this season. Chelsea do the same.
Well, they weren't flawless against Arsenal at all, but they got the win over the line.
You have to give credit for City, because really, in another world, City could have lost to Arsenal, lost to Liverpool, and lost tonight. But they dug deep. They've got the results over. Well, they nearly got this result over the line. They've got the other two over the line. They're showing they've got what it takes to win something this season.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's why the loss to Tottenham in the FA Cup quarter-finals was a surprise. I know it was on penalties, but the fact that they didn't manage to turn that game around, even when they weren't on it.
Greenwood. Alexandri, and that's a bit messy.
Gets away with it.
Now Fowler. And they will slow this game to a stop. Alana Kennedy.
Yeah, no rush now. Because Pölten aren't City. Because if Pölten push onto them, then City will just play round them and score.
Alexandri. Here is Fowler for Gino. And we just saw a little bit of it there. Alexandri inverting. Is that an option without Hasegawa?
Potentially so. Definitely.
To push her into midfield and form a bit of a double pivot. If you are playing someone like Coombs in there.
The problem then comes is that you then have to play Kennedy, who has looked a little shaky tonight.
Yeah, true.
You then lose your cash.
But you can always invert her from centre half, Alexandri, and play Lazel or Kasparov.
Yeah. I think especially Lazel would, she's got the height and the physicality.
Well, she played centre half, didn't she, at Bristol City? For quite a lot of last season.
That would probably work quite well.
Here is Alexandri. For Gino. And that looked to hit a hand, but advantage played by Demetrescu's. SKN have the ball. Carrying it down the line. And they've won a throw. And they'll look to make this happen quickly.
Yeah. City just doing well now. Because Pölten are struggling to get through. Because City aren't pushing so high, Pölten are now struggling to get through. That being said, they are still trying to force a way forwards.
Yeah, still 2-0 Bayern in Turin. Fowler.
That's a great result for them. They've done that. You've beaten Arsenal, beaten Juventus. They've just, if they beat Valerenga twice as you'd expect them to be, then they're looking very comfortable.
Yeah, exactly that.
And when we have no clue what could happen tonight in Arsenal Valerenga or Arsenal Juventus in a couple of weeks' time.
And well, City, it's messy tonight, but if they get this over the line, it is a very good start to their Champions League return. A win against the champions, a win against SKN in a game where it's not been all their own way at all.
Yeah.
I think they'll be very pleased with that. They've got this result over the line. They managed to beat Barca in emphatic fashion, and they'll come back in Champions League action in about a month's time with confidence.
I think that's the best piece of play we've seen from Figino in a City shirt.
A really nice dribble.
Just took the player on, and managed to beat her. Really positive signs for Fragino in this second half. She's found the back of the net, and she just looks a little bit braver. A little bit more comfortable to take the full back on to try and cause problems.
Here's Hemp.
Still got to hold, keep it in this corner.
It's out now for a put and throw. Sharor says, "How does Khadija Shaw look? I can't watch the game in my country. Bit quiet to be fair, Shaw, since she's come on. Not really been involved in the game. Change now. And that is Pakel off. So a change up front for Porton. So let's try and find a goal. Malik Pakel off. Galibo on in her place. Does this Man City's fourth kit is an odd one, almost looks like they're wearing a bib. Yeah, it looks like they've put all of the white shirts in the wash and they've faded the colour. I don't hate it, but yeah, it's a bit of an odd one.
Yeah, at times I don't think it's not one of the worst ones we've seen in.
Oh no, it's not a bad kit. It's just a bit of a weird one. Doesn't seem to match the rest of the strip either. The shirt to the shorts. It's a bit like the Arsenal kit where you have the red top, but the white sort of goes down into so much white.
Yeah.
I feel like this one needs a bit more white.
Potentially. But yeah, a very difficult night for Man City, but they look to have the job done.
I like the bib analogy though. That was good, Joe. Because they're stained as well. They look like football bibs. After years of use. I mean, who would have white football bibs?
Some of those pointless bibs.
They need to be orange, reversible to either green or blue, preferably green.
Yeah.
That's the optimum.
Washed
bib.
once every 3 months, maybe.
Yeah.
Klein's being held in the corner. I mean, Klein almost looks like she's holding the ball in the corner for City.
Yeah, just couldn't get out there.
No, that was a City throw. But yeah, not expecting too many minutes of additional time. We don't have too many stoppages in this match.
Well, I always expect the unexpected with this referee. So,
and we know additional time can be exaggerated.
If you're planning your dinner, just wait a second.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you're planning on eating in between the two games. Here comes City. Jill Rord. Down the line to Lauren Hemp. Finds Rord again. Nice exchange between Hemp and Asagawa. Fowler finds Hemp again. Ball down the line. Rord will try and get there. Schluter pounces on it. And we've got 3 additional minutes in this game. Here come SKN. Bit of a weird header in there from Alana Kennedy. Asagawa. Comes over the ball. Back now to Hemp. Harvey. Greenwood. Asagawa. Now Kennedy. For Gino. Here's Harvey. Fowler.
Yeah, Man City look really comfortable since they scored.
Right at the end, yeah. They're seeing this game out well. Almost just feels like as well that the belief and the confidence has been knocked out of SKN's sails. The wind is out of their sails. But yeah. And City just cruising into harbour. I don't know what the boat analogies are for, but there we go. Keating. Now Alexandri. Kennedy.
Does eventually not
though.
Harvey screaming for that
Harvey.
for quite a while.
Hemp looks to take it down the line. No room though. Now goes inside to
been a
Rord.
good half an hour for good cameo since she came on. Looked really sharp, as she has done all season, really.
Fowler. Kennedy. Here's Yui Hasegawa. That's out of play for a Polten throw. And a replay then of that Fowler goal. Just nodding it in from close range. Another really good performance from Mary Fowler.
But you can tell as well from the whole City team, those celebrations were more of relief than happiness. Just happy to get that third goal, get the result across the line. I mean, they've now only got 20 seconds.
Loyal says, quite disappointing for SKN to have 0 points after the first two matches. They should have deserved at least a point. Yeah, they performed well, but unfortunately that is not how the table works in football. And they just couldn't quite get the result over the line today. Alexandri, ball in. Falls for Harvey, can't quite get it under control. Falls for Shaw, who can't do it either. And that is full time here in VN. St Polten 2, Manchester City 3. A hard fought but well earned victory in the end by Manchester City. A really good fight from Austrian champions SKN St Polten. But that is everything from us. We are going to have a very short break. We are back. We'll probably push the next stream back by about 5 minutes. But we will be... Lovely stuff. We won't do that then. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with Arsenal Vålerenga. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, make sure to do so. I hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast. We're very close to 1.8k subscribers now. We only need, I think, 9 more. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so. And now head on over to our next stream page, Arsenal versus Vålerenga. We'll be live in a few minutes. So do get on over there and join us for the other game tonight. But that is everything from us this evening. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you in a minute.